The war on drugs has been raging in the United States for over 4 decades, with little success in reducing drug use or availability. Instead, it has resulted in a massive investment of public resources, militarization of law enforcement, and a proliferation of black market violence. The drug trade has become a lucrative criminal enterprise, with drug cartels and street gangs fighting for control of the market through violence and intimidation. This black market violence has spilled over into communities across America, resulting in countless deaths and injuries. Without legal mechanisms in place to regulate the drug trade, the only option for arbitration in the black market is violence. This violence takes many forms, from turf wars between drug suppliers where civilians are also caught in the crossfire, to no-knock police raids that sometimes occur at the wrong house, to drug addicts assaulting others to secure money for their addiction. The violence of the American drug war has even spilled over internationally, primarily in Latin America, where drug cartels have wreaked havoc on entire nations. Between 2007 and 2014, Mexican authorities estimated that 164,000 homicides were the result of cartel violence. For perspective, during the same time period, civilian deaths in Afghanistan and Iraq totaled 103,000 combined. The war on drugs is a massive waste of public resources that has done little to reduce drug use or availability. Instead, it has fueled black market violence and created a lucrative criminal enterprise for drug cartels and street gangs. Even if we ignored the violence inherent in this failed policy, the war on drugs would still be considered a complete waste of public resources. The United States has invested close to $1 trillion in drug-related law enforcement over the past 4 decades, with little to show for it. The drug trade is valued at $100 billion annually, and drug use rates in the United States are the highest in the world. Clearly, the war on drugs has been a terrible investment of public resources. There are many ways in which the war on drugs could be dismantled, and different strategies may be more effective in different contexts. Some have suggested de-escalating law enforcement militarization, emphasizing treatment over incarceration, decriminalizing certain substances, or outright legalization. These strategies are worth exploring, as the current approach has failed to produce any meaningful results. In recent years, some states have taken steps to legalize or decriminalize marijuana, and these efforts have had some positive effects. For example, Colorado legalized recreational marijuana with Amendment 64 in 2013, resulting in a green rush of population growth. Despite the increase in population, Denver police reports indicate a drop in overall crime, including a 24% drop in reported homicides. While the Colorado experiment with legalized marijuana and its benefits is still relatively new, it suggests that alternative approaches to drug policy may be more effective than the current approach. By ending the war on drugs, we could reduce black market violence, reduce the number of gun-related deaths and injuries, and free up public resources for more effective interventions. To be clear, ending the war on drugs is not a panacea for all of America's problems with gun violence. There are many factors that contribute to gun violence, including poverty, mental illness, and easy access to firearms. However, by dismantling a failed policy that has fueled black market violence and created a massive criminal enterprise, we can take a step in the right direction toward reducing gun violence and creating safer communities for all Americans. Subscribe Libertarian Facts.